Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Ringo, and today I'm going to be talking about my hopes and dreams, a wish list if you will, for potential DLC to be added over the lifespan of Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising. With the recent announcement of the first 4 characters of Season 1's character pass, many people have been speculating, theorizing about, or just outright praying for certain characters to show up in the future of this game, whether as the last few mystery spots in Season 1 or as future characters down the line. I, for one, know absolutely zero about this IP lore-wise, but I've done some cursory research about the units in the gacha game and some background about this game and how those units interact with each other. So, without further ado, let's get to it. First off, right off the bat, as a fan of current gen manga, this one seems pretty obvious. So, Granblue, the gacha game, not the fighting game, is pretty well known when it comes to getting hot collaborations with different IPs and turning characters from those IPs into collectible units. And for me personally, the one collab unit that stands out to me as something I'm borderline praying for is none other than Itadori Yuji. That's right, the best brother himself. Released as a collab unit last year, Yuji's actual unit is combined with Fushiguro to make a dual unit of the two. With Divergent Fist, Black Flash, and Raging Resolve, anyone who's a fan of characters who, in a world of flashing steel and smoking muzzles, specializes in being left-right goodnight, will love Yuji. Second on my list is also a collab character, one that I think would be genuinely interesting in a fighting game. And in a game such as Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising, which I affectionately refer to as Knowledge Check the game, he could potentially be very strong by adding built-in mix-ups not easily fuzzy guardable, or very weak if they make his skills simply gimmicks that a few hours in the lab can get over. This character is Bobo. Honestly, I don't really have a strong reason for wanting this character in other than my childhood. I spent a lot of time watching this guy and his shenanigans on Cartoon Network growing up, and I'm sure that a lot of people in the community feel the same way. And like I said earlier, his skill set is very interesting, and honestly it's a toss-up on if he could be a good or bad character, and that potential makes me all the more interested. Number 3 is our first original character on the list in Arthur. When I learned about this character, frankly, I was shocked he wasn't already in the base cast of the game. This character seems like a fairly interesting shoe-in, lore-wise as well as playstyle, having to heavily rely on the power of the sword more than his own individual strength in battle because he's a small child. With Percival and Lancelot already in the game, you'd expect Arthur to have been added in the base cast with the new characters in Rising. Hopefully, we'll see the release of this character later on in the future. Number 4 is another character based off of the Knights of the Round Table and Gawain, specifically his uncursed form. I really like various types of mythology, and Arthurian legend is no exception. Unburdened by the curse and most hubristic tendencies gone, his moveset reflects that of a knight who acts selfless, day in and day out to protect all of those around him, friend or stranger. And I'd love to see more hyper-heroic characters in this game with a near Superman-esque mindset. And as always, I'd just like to see some more interaction between characters in the game who personally know each other in the Knights. The 5th and final pick is me being fairly selfish. So as I was doing my research on some of the different characters in the gacha, I came across one particular fellow that really fits the bill for what I like a lot of the time. I really like to play the big tanky guy type of characters such as Nagoriyuki and Vasaraga, and it seems no one else really fits the bill as well as the aptly named Colossus. Honestly, I'm not even entirely sure this guy is alive. I think he's a golem or something born through pure resentment of a subjugated people, which makes for some pretty cool lore. He's massive, swings a giant sword the size of an entire other person, and is basically a demigod born from sheer haterade consumption. What's not to like? Okay, that's gonna be it from me this video, guys. As always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. If you have any characters you'd like to see in the game in the future, be sure to leave a comment, start a discussion. Hit the like and sub so you can see me do more FGC related content in the future. Take care.